Hello and welcome to Window on the World. I'm your host, Ethan Hoover. Today we're having a conversation with MSSU international students from Japan. Our guests today are Koki Sato, Yunosuke Fukuda, and Hajime Tanada. Welcome. All right, so thank you. First of all, thank you for joining me today. Can you tell me where you guys are from? What your school in Japan was?
I'm from Japan.
Oh, where did you study? What's your school?
Ryukok University.
Yukok University. Okay, and that's true for all of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. What did you guys study over in Japan?
International study.
International studies. Okay, you do that both here and there. Okay, and Yunosuke. Same. That's right. All three of you.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Okay, Hajime, you said you studied in Australia before. Is that correct?
Yes, I did.
Can you tell me a little bit what that was like for you?
So when I was in junior school, my parents have to work in Australia. So me and my sister just follow my mom to support and stuff.
All right.
So I was studying there for 2 years.
And how did that compare to your study here in America?
I've never tried studying abroad for college. I only studied for junior school.
Oh, all right.
So it's so different between junior school and college. So
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So for Koki,
Yeah.
how do you think studying in America compares to your school over in Japan?
I think educational system is different.
Mm.
In Japan, students usually don't speak up during the class, but in here, students often speak up during the class.
Right. So that student-professor relationship is kind of different. And Yunosuke, would you say that that's the same for you?
Yeah, but here it's more the many people like Asian, US, black, white.
Right.
So it's really good experience for me.
A lot of diversity, right?
Yeah.
Especially at Missouri Southern, we have students from all over. So, can you guys tell me a little bit about your culture back home, especially in terms of the arts, music and film? How does that differ from what you find in America?
for example, sports.
Mm-hmm.
In here, it's very popular American football and what else? Basketball and stuff, like NBA.
Right.
But back in Japan, it's more popular soccer and baseball, more than basketball and football.
That's Did you play any sports back home or just
Yes,
watch?
I play table tennis.
Table tennis. Okay, that's very interesting. And in terms of films and movies, did you mostly watch? Did you watch a lot of films back home? Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay. Did you mostly watch Japanese films, or did you watch some of the American ones as well?
We watch both of them.
Both of them. Okay. Do you have do any of you have some favorite movies?
Joker.
Joker. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix. He's a great actor. What about you, Koki?
I like Marvel,
Okay. Is that a Japanese film or is it?
American.
Oh, Marvel.
Yeah,
films.
Emma.
Oh yeah. Those are a lot of fun. I'm sorry. And what about you, Hajime?
I like Pirates of Caribbean.
Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah, those are all great movies. What kind of music do you like, Hajime?
I tend to listen many country music, like Japanese music, K-pop, English, sometimes Spanish. So I like just listening to music.
A little bit of everything, right?
Mhm.
What about you, Yunosuke?
I like K-pop. K-pop.
Oh, K-pop. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. And Hajime? I'm sorry, Koki.
Yeah, me too. I like K-pop.
K-pop. Okay, that's a popular choice. So what are your favorite foods back home?
Sushi.
Sushi. I love sushi. Yunosuke?
I like ramen.
Ramen.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I like yakiniku. Do you know yakiniku?
I haven't had that. What is it?
So it's like Japanese style barbecue.
Okay. How does that compare to American barbecue?
So like yakiniku,
Mhm.
there is many varieties of meat and like also we can order some seafood and stuff like that.
Okay, it's like cooked on sort of a grill, like.
And we can but we have to cook by ourselves. So
Oh,
just
like-
order the stuff and we have to like cook and eat.
All right, that's very interesting. That sounds like a lot of fun. What about here in America? What are your favorite foods you've had over here?
I love hot dog.
Hot dogs.
Yes.
Yeah, those are favorite. Yunosuke?
Oh, I like popcorn.
Popcorn. I love popcorn, especially at the movies. And Koki?
I like hamburger.
Hamburgers. Excellent choices. So, what do each of you want to do when you graduate? Koki? For your
Career?
career? Yeah.
I want to be public workers.
Public worker. So like streets and buildings? Is that
A building.
Buildings.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know specifically what you want to do in that field, or just somewhere in there?
No.
Okay. Yunosuke?
Oh, I want to be the car dealer.
A car dealer.
Yeah.
Interesting. So like sort of just business and.
Yeah.
All right. And Hajime?
I want to become flight attendant.
A flight attendant.
Mhm.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Like, do you want to do like international flights or?
Oh yes, international flight. Yeah.
That'd
Because
be.
I want to travel like many countries.
Yeah, that's an excellent opportunity. Where do you have any countries that are like on the top of your list to visit that you haven't been to yet?
For now, I'm looking forward to visit Thailand.
Thailand.
Mm.
That's cool. Any reason?
I heard that the prices are really cheap over
Mhm.
there, so like I can try many new experience like cruising and stuff.
If you had the opportunity to live in the U.S. for a few more years, would you want to? Would you not? Why?
As I said, I want to become flight attendant.
Right.
So I don't care like to live in Japan or America because the thing is I have to travel. Like I have to fly around the world, so it doesn't matter for me.
That's fair.
But my choice is I prefer to live in Japan because I can speak like Japanese more fluent than English. So for me, it's more easier to live. So that's why I prefer to live in Japan.
What about you, Yunosuke?
Oh yeah. If we live in Japan now,
Hmm?
we have to wear the mask still.
So like how engaged would you say like your family was over in Japan in like politics?
So in Japan, like voting, we can start voting from over 18
Mm-hmm.
right now. But the situation right now is like many young people are not going to the vote
Right.
because they don't like really interested about the politics. So that's the one most like serious problem happening
Right.
in Japan right now. But like my parents' age, they more like most of the people go to the vote for to like select.
Mm-hmm.
But for young people, we don't usually like watch news and we don't usually like interested about the politics. So the
Right.
age between the age group, there is so many like big difference in Japan.
So what about like a faith and religion? Is that a strong part of your lives back home or not a lot?
Not really.
Not really. All right.
The most important, like most popular religion in Japan is Buddhism.
Mm-hmm.
But like on Christmas, we celebrate like a Christian.
Okay. So Yunosuke, have you celebrated Christmas?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. What are your Christmas celebrations like there?
I just eat chicken
Just eat chicken.
and the Christmas tree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys like cookie? Have you had like Christmas? Do you guys get Christmas presents, or is that not part of your celebration?
Yeah, Christmas present.
Like gifts? Okay. And what do you think that you guys will share? I'll go for each of you. Would share with your families about Joplin specifically when you get back home.
In Joplin,
Mhm.
there is no transportation
Oh.
in Japan, so that was my big surprise in Japan.
So we'd like to know a little bit about what life's like over in Japan. Yunosuke, what do you like to do for fun in Japan?
Oh, my favorite event is the festival.
The festival.
Yeah.
What happens at a festival?
There's hold on like elementary school, like shrimp temple,
Okay.
like that. Also, sometimes there are the fireworks, like no sparklers.
Right.
Yeah, that's my best experience.
And Koki, can you tell me a little bit about like the some of your favorite parts of the history of Japan, or you mentioned temple, or
My favorite place is temple.
mm-hmm.
Japan has many history,
Right.
so if you go there,
Mhm.
you can feel nature and history.
Right.
So
Can you tell me a little bit about the history of the that golden temple? I'm sorry, is that not something?
I don't know much.
That's all right.
Yeah.
That's all right. Hajime, can you tell me a little bit about it, maybe?
So the the way we eat dinner compared to here in Japan is really different.
Okay.
So like here we usually eat dinner with like every member of the family,
Right.
but in Japan we usually eat like separately because like each people has own schedule. For like my dad, he works as like he owns his business, so like he usually finish his work differently, so he often like eat dinner after he finish. So sometimes he eat with his with my mom,
Mhm.
or sometimes he eat with by himself because it's too late. But for me, I usually do part-time job,
Right.
so I usually finish my part-time job around like 11 p.m. So that time like my parents usually finish eating.
Okay.
So I usually eat by myself.
So between like your school and your work and what does your dad do?
My dad owns his like own company.
Okay. What's his company?
He do accountant.
Accounting. All right. And have you learned something about?
I'm really terrible about math. So
I feel you there. Yeah, that's fair. Do you see your family quite a bit, or is it?
For now,
Mhm.
I go to the college where it's really far away from my house.
Right.
So I usually stay in my friend's house. So I usually go back to my house once or twice a week.
Okay.
So that time I see my parents.
Okay. That's good. All right. Well, thank you all for sharing. It's been fantastic to hear more about what life is like in Japan. And thanks for appearing on the show. That's all for Window on the World. I'm your host, Ethan Hoover, and thank you for watching.